Hi, it's Carl Allen again. Welcome to Module 1, Lesson 3 of the Dealmaker Empire System. Now, this lesson is all about leverage. Now, it's really important as it covers leveraging everything about your life into doing deals, including the time that you don't think you have right now. And as we discussed earlier, mindset is the most important part of doing deals. It's more important than your relationships, your experience, and even the amount of deals that you have on your desk right now. And with the right mindset, a deal maker mindset, this process becomes much easier. Even though there's a full lesson on mindset coming up next, thinking like a deal maker and leveraging yourself is a critical first step. And remember, this is all about getting you focused on the 5 key things you need to be doing to build an empire. The mergers, the acquisitions, the exits, joint ventures, and the strategic visionary work on your business. And mergers will be you and a target business coming together and sharing the ownership of the combined entity. Now, the good thing about mergers is that no cash changes hands. You just combine your operations. All the cross-selling and all the financial synergies that we discussed earlier, they still happen, but you share in the ownership with the other party. It doesn't have to be 50-50. This depends on a lot of factors, which I'll go into in detail in that bonus module. With an acquisition, on the other hand, you own it all, unless you are diluting your equity to raise capital from an investor. I go into that in detail in the financing module in week number 7. An exit is when you eventually sell the business. This could be soon after you increase your business value from doing just one deal, or you can let it run and grow for a few years, or you can do more acquisitions. It's completely up to you. Like a merger, a joint venture or JV is still coming together with a like-minded business. You combine some or all of your operations, you drive the synergies just like in a merger or acquisition, and you still share in that upside. However, you don't join together legally, as in becoming one legal entity. A simple example of a JV is an affiliate relationship, and this is very common in online businesses. If you have a digital product and you have a list, another business has a different product and a different list, you agree to cross-promote your product to their list and vice versa, and you typically split the profits 50-50. And finally, all of these deal-making examples, they complement the vision and the strategy that you have for building up your empire. And all successful businesses are split into at least 3 pillars. Sales and marketing, which is generating leads and converting customers. Operations, which is making and delivering products and services, servicing customers. And then the finance and admin, running the back office, the receivables, the payables, the cash flow, tax, HR, IT, your infrastructure, etc. And running all this is a general manager, a GM, or a chief operating officer, a COO, or the integrator, which is now the fashionable term. Your job as the visionary, the CEO, is the owner investor to sit above all of that so you can focus on the bigger picture, working on the business, not in the business. And this is the critical thinking that you must have to build your empire. So how do you do it? It's all about leverage, and let me show you. Before you start looking at deals, it's important to optimize your current business so that when you acquire another, they fit together more seamlessly. And your business should basically fit the 3 pillars we just discussed. And hopefully you have the team inside of your business that's doing all this technical work, leaving you to do only the visionary and the strategic work. But if you are a solopreneur, don't worry. You can outsource some of these functions to free you up to do deals. Start from the bottom. You can use virtual assistants, VAs, to handle all of your admin. You can even outsource marketing and sales, as well as some of your operational work. Your CPA or a part-time financial VA can handle all the numbers, your taxes, etc. When I was building Dealmaker Wealth Society, originally called Ninja Acquisitions, this is what I did. I eventually hired a COO, an integrator, to tie it all together for me. That gave me the time, the headspace, and the mindset to pursue deals. Once you have your business staffed out, you can leverage these people to help you close deals. As the CEO, your job is to create the deal specification and the mission statement, define the vision and attend the seller meetings. Your sales and marketing team can handle deal origination. Your GM or COO can also go to meetings and vet the deals for you as well. Your finance person, which could be a financial controller or even your CPA, they can do the financial modeling, work out the synergies, and even handle securing the financing for you. And your professional advisors, namely your lawyer and your CPA, they can transact the deal for you and handle any due diligence and paperwork. There'll be more on this in Module 8, Week 8. Now, professional advisors are not just there to close the deals for you. They can be an amazing source of deal flow. They'll know owners that want to sell their businesses but haven't listed yet. And we get into this in detail next week in Module 3, Deal Origination. It's also critical that you leverage your broader network. And if you don't have one, these are super quick and easy to build. Again, we get into this in Module 3, Deal Origination. Now, this is important for deal flow and for understanding businesses that you're not familiar with. So assume you own a software business and you want to buy an IT services business. It's a great strategic fit, but if you don't know that space, you'll need help understanding it. Your network will be a great resource for you. Next, it's important for you to leverage who you are. Your sector expertise, your skills, your knowledge, all are important in doing deals and building rapport and relationships with sellers. Are you a master at negotiation? Great, though I will teach you all of my tricks anyway in a few weeks in module number 6. If you have those skills already, then we're going to have a lot of fun doing deals. Negotiation is the most fun part of doing deals. Are you strong turning businesses around? If so, you can also look at distressed deals. These are businesses in trouble that you can buy for just $1, quickly bolt them into your existing operation, and then fix them with the resources that you already have. Though this isn't the core of what I teach in this program, there's a bonus module on distressed deals if you'd like more training on that. Finally, let's look at leveraging your time. We all, me included, we don't think we have enough time to do all the things that are important to us on a given day. And I want to share a tool with you that will show you just how much time you really do have available for needle-moving stuff, what I call being in the zone. To start, just think about this. Time is the most valuable resource available to us all. Some people think it's money. It's not. I've made millions of dollars, lost it all, then made it all back again. You can always make money. What you can't do is make more time. It's just not possible. And it's all about the 51 hours. So stay with me. We all have 168 hours in a week. It doesn't matter who you are. And we all need sleep, say 8 hours per day or 56 hours per week. You may need less, but let's stick to 56. And then assume you work on your business for 40 hours per week, even if you spend some time working in your business, especially if you are yet to transition from a solopreneur. If you have a family, that's probably another 3 hours per day on average, or 21 hours per week. So take all these off the 168 hours that you started with, and you have 51 hours left. Now let's look at how you spend those hours. And I want you to audit your time into 4 blocks. So imagine a 2x2 frame, importance on the horizontal axis, urgency on the vertical axis. So anything you do with those 51 hours that's not important or urgent falls into the zone of distraction, like scrolling Facebook, we all do it, watching TV or going to the bar with your friends. It's okay to relax and spend some time in this zone, but not all 51 hours of it. The zone of delusion is when you are spending your time in urgent and not important. It's important for other people, but not for you. This is the stuff that really wears you down. Overdue emails, sitting in meetings you don't want to be in, something a customer is pressuring you for, your honey-do list. The demand zone is where most of us spend our time, urgent and important, things you've put off and that now they are overdue or critical to complete. And finally, the zone of fulfillment. This is where we are happiest. Things that are important, but they're not yet urgent. Life is fun and relaxed in this zone, and as a result, we do our very, very best work. This is where you need to spend time to do deals. So I did this audit a few years ago at a time when I wasn't feeling productive. I was always late, doing things, and basically all over the place. And the results really shocked me. I was spending 37% of my free time in the distraction zone. I was sedating myself with box sets, The Sopranos, 24, Breaking Bad, all great shows, but not serving my wheel of life, which we'll get to shortly. I was spending 20% in the delusion zone, not important but urgent, and 27% in the demand zone, both important and urgent. But only 8 hours per week, or 16% of my quality time, was spent truly in the zone doing things that I loved. Not great. So I changed it up dramatically. And here's my time audit today. I spend 65% of my free time in the zone, doing deals, mergers, acquisitions, JVs and exits. And that's what really juices me. And since I've cut down the time I spend everywhere else, I've more than 30 hours per week doing the things that I really love. And that's what I want for you. Cut down on the distraction by not watching TV or surfing Facebook for extended periods of time. Outsource the things in your business and life that will radically eliminate delusion and demand, and reinvest all of that free time in the zone of fulfillment doing deals. Now you can do this if you want to, or wait for the implementation lesson at the end of this module. Just take the last 7 days. It doesn't need to be 100% exact, and just estimate where you spent your 51 hours of free time. Then start cutting out unhelpful habits and outsourcing non-core things. You want at least 50% of your free time, approximately 25 hours, in the zone of fulfillment for doing deals. So finally, let's look at your wheel of life. Now that you know where to spend your time, your overall quality of life is also important to understand before doing deals. Now, your wheel of life breaks your life down into 7 categories, and be brutally honest and score yourself in each category. Again, you can do it now or do it as part of the implementation lesson. Now, if you were a 10 out of 10 in each category, your wheel of life would be really, really smooth. If you're high in some areas like your finances or your business, but you're low in others like your physical body or your relationships, your wheel would have big jagged edges, and imagine if your car had wheels like that, it wouldn't run smoothly, and life is exactly the same. So the categories are your work or mission, your finances, your contribution to others, your physical body, your emotional state, your relationships, and finally your use of time. Mine is still jagged. Let me show you. My career is an 8. I'm doing deals, I'm expanding my deal-making knowledge and my skills into this world. My finances are a 9, no worries there. And I also contribute heavily to charity and society as a Freemason, so that's also an 8 for me. Those are my 3 power areas of life. Now, unfortunately, some areas do suffer, which I need to do something about. My physical body is nowhere close to where I want it to be. That's, say, a 4. My emotional state is good, but it could be stronger. That's a 6. My relationships are strong. However, I spend 50% of my time away from my family with my work mission. So that's only a 7. And I'm improving my time management and my effectiveness. So that's a 5. I might be hard on myself there, but I can and I will improve it. Now, I want you to do this exercise for yourself as part of the implementation module. Just be honest. I want you to not just do deals, make lots of money and change the world with your deal-making empire, your expanding empire. I want you to make sure that you're cognizant of your relationships, your health, and your mental state. So please do this exercise. If, like me, you're overweight or you need to focus more on relationships, the time audit will free up valuable chunks of time for you to address those areas. And here's a quick way to focus yourself on only the needle-moving items in your business and in your life. So make a big list of all the things that you currently do, everything. Then I want you to put them into 4 buckets. If you want to see how to create a ton of extra time, do this exercise. So top left, segment all the things that you currently do that are challenging or difficult, or you just can't do them and your pride gets in the way and you do them anyway. When I first launched Ninja, I wanted to build my own website. I just did. It was an entrepreneur pride thing. Totally crazy. I could have paid a developer just $10,000 to do it all for me, which is what I now do in all of my businesses. What are you doing out of pride that's better suited for specifically qualified people, like a web developer, or it could be a CPA to do your accounts and do your taxes? Stop doing that stuff and let other people do it for you. Bottom left, segment all the things that you currently do that you shouldn't. For example, I booked my own flights earlier this week for a future trip, parking, everything. It's crazy. I have an assistant that does all of that. I just need to tell her to do it, but I didn't. It only took me 15 minutes to do it, but if I did that every day, that's 91 hours in a year. That's a little more than 11 8-hour days. What could you do with 11 extra days a year just by eliminating 15 minutes of wasted time every single day? Next, bottom right, stop doing things that you hate doing. So I hate doing research. I don't know why, I just do. So now I outsource this to my VA team who can do it quicker than I can for $10 an hour. So list all the things that you do now that you just hate doing and stop doing them. Pay $10 per hour for someone to do them all for you. And finally, top right, segment the things that you love to do, that will move the needle for you and that you are really, really good at. This is where you should be spending most of your time. Now, these exercises will be part of your implementation lesson for Module 1, and you'll have a better understanding after doing them how they all work together to get you in a state working on your business as opposed to working in your business. So that's it for this lesson on leverage. I will see you on the next lesson where we go into the necessary deal-making mindset. And until then, bye for now.